Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, it's Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. Today is December the 15th. 10 more days till Christmas. I'm excited. And we're going to be talking about Fullmetal Alchemist, the anime.
That's right, because what doesn't say Christmas like,
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Right.
Alchemy.
Alchemy, right. That's Christmas all over. Anyways, it spanned 51 episodes and lasted about a year. Came out in 2003 and follows the story of Edward and Alphonse Elric. I keep wanting to say Ulrich because Ulrich was from that other movie, Knight's Tale. So in response to the death of their mother, the two alchemists try to bring her back, and in doing so, they lose a great deal. And I don't want to give away too much, obviously.
Yeah, it's given away right away, but
I'll leave the little.
In alchemy, I mean, you begin.
Oh right, yeah. Let's talk about the rules of alchemy. That's very good. The rules of alchemy clearly state that in order to gain something, you have to lose something of equal
value. It's the law
value.
of equivalent exchange.
Yep, the law of that's very good. Equivalent exchange.
Well, that's what it is.
I know. I'm not saying you made the term. I'm just saying thanks for remembering because I forgot. The law of equivalent exchange is what it is. And so trying to bring back their mother, they lose something of equivalence, and they must now suffer through that. But they're looking for the Philosopher's Stone so that they can restore what they've lost. And that's, I don't exactly know what the Philosopher's Stone is. I know that there are...
Basically, okay, so alchemy is treated like this science, right?
Right.
The law of equivalent exchange. But it becomes more and more almost like, I won't say a religion, but this power that's not quite what it seems.
Right.
And so the Philosopher's Stone allows them to amplify this power and break the rules of equivalent exchange. And so it's kind of a myth when they start, right?
Yep.
And they find kind of evidence that it's around, but then again, it's always falsified. So
yeah, I know that there was a lot of faux Philosopher's Stones.
Right.
Out
They're
there.
just always in pursuit of the Philosopher's Stone so they can bring their mother back. Or actually, they don't even want to bring their mother back anymore. They've learned their lesson there.
Yeah, they want
to restore what has been lost.
Right.
Trying to get her back. And the thing is, like, they tried to get her back, but she just came like this soulless. Yeah. It's too bad. It didn't work out for them.
So Edward has mastered the alchemy of metal, and basically anytime he has metal, he can create like rods or spears or whatever he needs
anything
to.
Containing metal. Well, I mean, he does other stuff too, though. He can do water and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But he has a metal arm, so he can make different weapons out of it. That sort of thing. So.
Well, I thought that while he dabbled in other alchemy, he was specifically a metal alchemist.
No.
No. Mm-mm. Oh, I thought so.
Mm-mm. The only reason they call him Full Metal is because of the arm. And there's also that fun interplay with Alphonse, who is basically in a big suit of armor. And so everybody thinks that he's the older brother and the Full Metal Alchemist because he's all metal. He's wearing armor. So he's like, I'm not a pipsqueak. That's the fun anime childlike moment. Like Edward's always called short and stubby and young and stupid and whatever. And his brother's always mistaken for the older brother and the wiser brother or whatever. So there's that, he'll be saying something serious and it'll be like, the character will be like, what, you're Edward? I thought, how can someone, such a pipsqueak be, I'm not a pipsqueak, whatever.
Yeah, he does take a lot of offense to being called small.
But there is a lot of serious nature to this.
Right.
I mean, there's a little bit.
Yeah, and I think this one.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it blends it so well. It's very serious and very comical at the same time. It's got it all. It's a great series.
Without giving away too much, what is forbidden is human transmutation, and that's what the boys tried to do
with their mother.
They learned from books that their father had left behind. Their father had estranged them, and
more so, their father had strangely moved off. So it's not just that he estranged them.
And they do kind of. Edward doesn't want to know. He's like, I'm done with that guy, But Alphonse does kind of, and so
because he's the younger brother.
There is more to say about that later. But they've learned alchemy from reading the books, and their mother kind of was a little hesitant to, but they, whatever. They grew up in this household. So when she finally died, they tried human transmutation to bring her back. They didn't realize that it was outlawed necessarily. But so Edward leaves the house, right, with Alphonse, and he becomes a state dog, a dog of the military, because state alchemists are really the only ones that are
allowed to practice.
More or less, but they're the ones that are educated, and like they have the ability. He's trying to learn what he can about the Philosopher's Stone, so he can find it, whatever. So that gives him the mobility to do so, and he does have to do some tasks for them while he does that. And he keeps being called the dog of the military. But and then there's some really heavy stuff. There's a rogue that's running around that you first meet. What's his name? Star, the guy with a star in his face.
I thought it was just Scar.
Scar, yeah. So he's running around, doing these heinous acts using kind of a reverse transmutation kind of thing. We won't give away too much more, but this is one of those animes that I just thought was brilliant, especially when they kill off a main character. Like one of the characters that you love.
Yeah, you fall in love with very quickly.
They kill them. And it happens more than once, too. Yes. And then there's this strange... kind of Seven Deadly Sins thing going on.
Right.
So there's a lot going on. And it's really an enjoyable anime. It has enough silliness to keep you light.
Yes.
But it has really heavy, intense moments that are
you walk away from it thinking about it, and that's great.
There were several episodes I was like, holy crap, I can't believe they just did that. That's awful. And like, in a good way. I mean, it's like, wow, that's some really good storytelling.
It's powerful,
from
it is.
Anime. So
yeah.
Yeah, good. What else what about the Brotherhood? They kind of revamped it a little bit.
Right.
They're filling in a few gaps and retelling some of the story.
Yeah, I like the original. I mean, the manga was great, and I probably should talk about that a little bit. The manga is pretty much the same thing, except, the manga came first, then the anime. And midway through the anime decided to break off from the manga and do its own thing, which I liked. I think I liked the anime more than the manga and more than Brotherhood.
Okay.
So.
And does Brotherhood now follow the manga? I haven't read the manga.
No, Brotherhood is something different.
Okay. The Brotherhood, the episodes I have seen, I'm sad that Alphonse is voiced by somebody else.
Yeah.
Even though he does a fine job, it's just I missed that.
Yeah, you kind of get attached to the voices.
Edward's still Edward, it's Vic.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name. It's like Maloney.
I think it's Mignona.
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 Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Vic. So he shows up in lots of animes. He's a great voice. And he looks a little bit like Edward.
Yeah.
I've seen him. They have a Sakura-Con around here. It's just an anime convention. And he always does the commercials for them. That's cool. Anyway, Brotherhood, I like that they kind of fill in some of the gaps, although they're retelling enough of the story that it's kind of completely new anyway. And apart from Alphonse, I enjoy it. I haven't seen enough of it to make a definitive, this is not as good as the original or not. But I remember the original. I watched it, when it was on Adult Swim.
Right.
And I couldn't get a hold of anything. It's not like you could buy the season. So this was one of those things like I was waiting for next time. I was like, oh, I can't wait till next time. Whatever. I have to make sure that I block. It's probably the last TV show I've ever done that with.
Wow, yeah.
Where I blocked off. I know exactly at 9 o'clock or whatever it was on Sundays or Saturdays or whatever it was. I know exactly I got to stay there. Whatever. Because it was before I had TiVo and whatever. It was right before that.
When this came out...
Couldn't miss an episode. It was awesome.
Oh, no, it's not that old. Never mind.
Yeah. No, it's not that old.
No.
It's like 2000 something.
2000
for us.
Yeah.
It's a great one. Don't be put off because they might have some kid-like things. Edward is kind of a kid.
Yeah.
But they're both kind of kids.
Yeah, they're both kind of kids. I think Edward is actually more of a kid than Alphonse at times.
Yeah, Alphonse is
Alphonse
definitely...
being the younger brother, if you kind of lost track there.
He is he's the wise one, really. He's
the more contemplative
he's steady
one.
And
yeah.
Well, and it's fun kind of seeing all the different alchemists. Like there's the the Iron Metal Alchemist,
right?
And one that's really funny is Armstrong, right? One that always rips his shirt off and does poses and has this little tuft of blonde hair.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I get a kick out of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really funny moments, some really cute moments, some really endearing moments, some really tough moments.
It's a complete story. It's a great anime. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, Check it out. I would check out the first one. Check it out, the original.
Brotherhood, most of it, or a lot of it, is on Netflix. But yeah, check out the first one if you can, for sure.
Yep.
Before that.
All right, that's it. Bye.
See ya. Bye. Got it. Next time on Duel Review, it's Watchmen, the movie. All right, Nick, show the people how you communicate with the dead.
Okay. First, takes a little bit of concentration. And then you have to use a certain special language that only they can understand. So.
Wow, that's what my mouth.
You mind? Oh wow.
Wow.
Cool. I didn't actually think that would work. I was just bullshitting. Apparently I was talking to you.
Yeah, the ghosts moved the mic closer because they wanted to hear what you were saying.
Yeah, and then they put it right back where it was, which is weird.
Oh, that was me.
Oh.
That part.
Yeah, but not the first part. Definitely not.
Creepy. Nick wants a wiener. Hot dog, that is.
I like that you waited to press play before you said that.
That's what he calls them. Hot dogs.
They are hot dogs. You put them in a bun, you have them with ketchup and relish.
Ew, is that how you do it?
Special beam cannon!
Huh?
Huh?
What cannon?
Special beam cannon!
Oh.
You Dragon Ball? Z, Dragon Ball Z. Piccolo special move. Essentially what happens is, due to an illness...
Doo-doo. Sorry. It just happened.
Yes, that just happened.
Doo-doo.
Due to...
Okay, so just say 52 episodes follows Edward and Alphonse.
51 episodes?
51.
Okay.
And a movie.
Okay. So due to a,
Doo-doo.
due to D-U-E
Because of.
space T-O. No, I'm gonna do tutu.
Alright, fine. Tutu? You gonna dance around in a tutu? What's that? Nick likes tutus. Where does that come from? Tutu? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
What word does it derive from?
When two twos get together, they make a frilly dress.
Looks more like a skirt. So, dude. Sorry. You screwed me up, man. You really screwed me up.
You're the one that keeps saying doo-doo.